The world is a phenomenal place that humans are still struggling to decipher up until today. There are more than a handful of discoveries we're yet to unveil. Today's video will cover some of the corners of the world where laws of physics don't apply, and unexplained things are a normal sight. Brace yourself, because this will be a trip like none other. You'll probably think you're dreaming, but these are actually places that exist. Number 15. Quicksand. Quicksand is one of the most mysterious ways the world acts, and we haven't really been able to figure out what it is, except that it consists of clay, sand, and salty water. Getting trapped in quicksand seems like one of the worst scenarios to be in, which will leave you distressed within the first few minutes. The problem with the human reaction when trapped in quicksand will make them sink faster. The law of Money Pit is that any disturbed and continued movement in the sand will make it loosen up and suck you in further. Number 14. Silent earthquake. For as long as a man can understand the phenomenon of earthquakes, they've done a pretty good job at measuring and predicting its occurrence. However, on August 12, 2021, South Sandwich Island experienced a silent earthquake that led to a devastating tsunami. Everyone was caught off guard, and very few managed to save themselves from the damage caused by the tsunami. The government was so disturbed by this unexplained earthquake that those investigations were started to help understand what happened. They had to find out if there was a chance that an earthquake like that would occur again. Number 13. Airborne mammal migration. One common wonder of the world is the wild beast migration, where hundreds of thousands of wild beasts migrate into different regions, creating an incredible sight for anyone to behold. In the Democratic Republic Congo of Zambia, there happens to be an even more insane migration occurring of millions of giant fruit bats, making it the largest mammal migration ever in the world. Unlike the wild beast migration, the bat migration is terrifying to witness. Just imagine being anywhere close to cat-sized bats flying over your head. It's believed they can munch a whole mango tree in a couple of hours. Yikes! Number 12. Ethiopia's Danakil Depression. You'd think that Mother Nature and the whole world would work in favor of allowing prosperity of human life. For most parts of the world, that's true, but that doesn't apply to Ethiopia's Danakil Depression. It's said to be the most hostile environment for any living being, humans and plants alike. The temperatures there are hot enough to fry an organism that dares to grow there. Even though that doesn't mean there aren't some steel-hearted organisms that can't thrive in the region. On top of the bubbling lava lakes, hot springs, and hydrothermal pools, it's safe to say that the speculation about aliens living there isn't too far-fetched. Who else can endure such animosity from something that is supposed to ensure your well-being? Number 11. Some clouds are alive. The skies haven't been excluded from acting in unexplained ways. What we thought was just an illusion or a trick of the mind, where clouds seem to be moving, is actually as real as it feels. I know it's creepy, but where are they going? Do they have a secret cloud life with school and work as humans do? Nothing 100% proof can be attributed to the reason why clouds are alive, but some have suggested that the movements they make are caused by birds hiding behind them, which basically makes clouds bird puppets, which sounds crazier than clouds being able to come to life and move around. Number 10. Sinking homes. Many people use the phrase, wishing the world would swallow them whole, lightly. If that were ever to happen, it wouldn't be as pleasing as you'd think. Just ask the people of Java, Indonesia, who've been watching their village being swallowed whole by water, where they're left with only the memories of gardens filled with vegetables and fruits and fields of grass for the children to play in, now have turned into muddy puddles due to the chronic flooding the area experiences. Most of the people who were able to rebuild their homes elsewhere did so. Those who didn't have the capacity to learn and live in harmony with Mother Nature. Number 9. Laughing pandemic in Tanganyika. Have you heard of the laughing disease before? This was the ordeal in one village in the ravishing suburbs of Tanzania, formerly known as Tanganyika. It was a normal day at the school until one student started cracking her ribs like she inhaled some laughing gas before the teacher reacted to the matter. More than half the students were laughing uncontrollably. This wasn't a funny situation. Just like COVID-19 pandemic, Tanzania experienced one of its own, which soon spread out to its sister countries like Uganda. Until today, it's still unclear what might have caused the laughing pandemic. Research reveals that laughing doesn't necessarily indicate joy and happiness, but sometimes might be an indication of chronic stress symptoms. Yikes! Who would have imagined that laughing could be contagious? Number 8. Poisonous spiders invade India. I can only imagine how tormented the population of the savanna grassland in India was after a recent outbreak of poisonous spiders. Up to today, no one has deciphered what might have caused the sudden outbreak of what looks like a tarantula species. The invasion stirred up a lot of reaction, and some residents were forced to stay up at night protecting their homesteads from these nuisance spiders. Unfortunately, before the spiders disappeared, they had wreaked immense havoc on the village, many nursing injuries and worse. Number 7. Indonesia short people. Someone's height isn't a big issue given the vast variety of individuals featured all over the world. What caught our eye is the small village of Indonesia where everyone is below average height. Researchers took up a challenge and decided to carry out a test trying to reveal the reason for the height. Rumor has it that these people residing in this village are close descendants of the Hobbit, who are very rare to come across. Do you think this rumor might be true? Let us know in the comment section below. Number 6. The Golden Boulder, Myanmar. Myanmar is known mostly for being the capital of all Filipino romance movies. It's also a great place to vacation because it has numerous beaches. It's a truly rich culture and very strange feature that defies gravity on top of its beauty. At the very edge of Mount Kyoto seats a golden boulder. Despite the proximity to a tumbling fall, the rock hasn't moved an inch in thousands of years. The locals suggest that the reason behind this superb finding that defies gravity is because the rock is held steady by the hair of a god. Also, the only one who can tumble the rock off the edge of the mountain is a woman. So no women are allowed even close to the rock in fear that one of them might be the chosen one who fulfills that prophecy. When science is concerned, there isn't a real reason why the boulder defies gravity other than Mother Nature being a strange thing. Number 5. Yellowstone. The Yellowstone Park is famous for housing a supervolcano that's erupted twice in the past 2 million years. Besides the serene natural environment hanging in the background, the water is steaming hot, and the environment is full of active volcanoes that threaten to erupt at any time. The environs are one of a kind and are the perfect display of just how unique the world acts in unexplained ways. Number 4. Hang Son Doong. Hang Son Doong is a cave that sits near the border of Vietnam and is famously known as the largest dry cave in Asia. It boasts a beautiful underwater flow of mountain water and several underground routes that have been discovered right in the same place. Number 3. Fossilized plants in Greenland. Greenland is a cultural hub filled with diverse nature. The discovery of the fossilized plant in its waters made a big statement online, leaving almost every archaeologist biting down their nails trying to find out how such a pure, undisturbed fossil could be discovered. Many have come up with their hypothesis, but to date, it remains one of the unexplained ways the world decides to surprise folks. Number 2. Stone Forest, Shailin. Shailin Stone Forest is the place to go if you're hoping to experience some unnatural anomalies. Have you seen the stone forest before? In the town of Shailin, this is an ordinary scene when pursuing through the ravishing stone forest. I can't explain how this happened, but it's something mind-blowing to see. Just imagine miles and miles of the stone forest. Sounds unreal. Number 1. South Sudan, the youngest country. After a continued struggle close to the Horn of Africa in Sudan, peace finally prevailed, and with it came one of the newest countries in Africa, known as South Sudan. It took numerous delegations and treaties to see this through as a reality because the fighting had gone out of hand. It remained a mystery what made the tribes in Sudan finally agree amicably and observe the peace treaties after eons of war. What we concluded is that probably the world is just throwing us a shade and acting in an unexplained manner. Until next time, adios.